Oh, this is an interesting tweet. Industry tip. Before submitting to a publisher, take a look at their current lineup. Make sure that your book is in line with their current offerings. Case in point, if you're down with ComicsGate, we want nothing to do with you. Comics are for everyone. Hashtag comics are for everyone, but not you. Who would write such a very strange tweet? National Press Comics. NPC Comics.
Hello, I started this gangster shit. And this the motherfucking thanks I get. Hello, I started this gangster shit. And this the motherfucking thanks I get. Hello.
Hey, alright, if you're enjoying the content, please take a minute to hit that subscribe button. Join us. Thanks. Welcome to Comic Artist Pro Secrets. You are listening to Ethan Van Sciver, 26-year veteran of this wacky, silly comic book industry. World's most charming, elegant, eloquent, and yet humble man. ComicsGate in a nutshell. That's me. You know, it makes me wonder, do you believe in magic? Do you believe in meme magic? This tweet hit me today. Somebody sent it my way, and I laughed because I thought it was fake. I was like, first of all, this is typical. Even though it seems kind of like a caricature of the sort of things that ComicsGaters hear all the time. Like, if you're with ComicsGate, we don't want to get out of here because comics are for everyone. Like, that's just funny. I mean, you can't not laugh at that kind of self-pwning. And yet, as I looked up, I was like, oh, I get it. It's a joke. Like, this is National Press Comics, haha, NPC, non-player character. Non-player character is the kind of the replacement meme for SJW. In a way, I think there are some subtle differences between SJWs and NPCs. I mean, certainly NPCs are mostly going to be radical leftists, but NPCs kind of repeat the same kind of stuff at you. They all sound exactly the same. They all look exactly the same, and that's why they're called NPCs, because in video games, there are these kind of pre-programmed characters that you run into, and they have a... You know, they have some coded dialogue or something that they always do, and you can't change that. It's just they're a pre-programmed fake character, and that's kind of what NPCs are. Now, when I saw this, I assumed that this was a joke, and I laughed and I wrote back and said, very, very funny. I always have these people who send me these rather brilliant parody accounts, and they attack me, but you can tell that they're on my side. And it is amusing. So I looked at this and went, oh my gosh, yeah, that's great. Good job. I want to investigate these guys further, right? So I did. I clicked their link, and I was like, yeah, well, let's find out about them. Purveyors of hella good comics and podcasts. Well, you know, your mileage may vary. It doesn't look bad. Looks all right. They're in Oakland, California. And then I was like, uh-oh. And then I looked down here and I went, they have 695 followers. So it's like, it's not really enough to be a respectable small press company, but anybody with 695 followers is not some new parody account. This is a real account. And I looked over, I was like, oh my goodness. Oh no. Okay, so what I then thought was that, because this was unbelievable. This couldn't be true. This is just somebody's account that's been around for a long time, and they changed it, right? I mean, surely this can't be real. Nobody named themselves NPC Comics, or not in current day and age. But you scroll back here, and you're like, oh my gosh, they're called NPC Comics, and they've been around. Let's go back, and they've been around since before I think the meme even started. They've been around since before the meme even started. They named themselves National Press Comics NPC. Look at this, NPC. And this actually kind of looks like a dude bending over. That would be his head. This is his ass. This is his arm. That's what I see in this. I see a dude bending over. That's what the letters NCP end up kind of looking like. But yeah, so this is real. This is real. Meme magic is real. These people are SJWs, and they, look, they got their own. I'm the god of chaos, not stupidity. So they're actually a real company, and they decided to just out of the blue come out swinging against ComicsGate today. Did we stutter? ComicsGate or comics are for everyone. Yeah, I see. Okay, that's fine. Well, let's just National Press Comics. I wish you well. The sad thing is that the comic book industry right now is not going to be very rewarding to you because you're a small press company who believes in exclusion, whether you realize it or not. You believe in exclusion, and that's not going to do well for you. By the way, this is getting retweeted and loved everywhere. People love this thing. They actually said, the guy said, "Hey, we're muting people. We like to mute people. It's better." Well, they blocked everyone. They got a blockchain on my account. I had to look at this through an alternate. I have one alternate account to actually view tweets if I need to. Yeah, this is the thing about this, and I mean this with love. Okay, we are turning down first class tickets on the Titanic. In other words, comic skaters don't want to work at the Big Two. Why? Because the Big Two is overrun by NPCs. Okay? They're actually overrun and overtaken by NPCs and SJWs. And because of that, it's just, they're sinking. The mainstream comic book industry right now, their business model doesn't work anymore. It doesn't work. Even if you're Marvel or DC, you still are expecting people to drive out of their house, find their local comic shop, and pay $5 cover price for a comic book that's going to probably insult them, like you've done here. Okay, so not a lot of people are going to do that anymore. Now, the retailers themselves are closing their doors. They're closing their doors every single day because this just isn't working anymore. I talked to a retailer 3 days ago, had a great long conversation with a retailer who owns a whole chain of comic book stores. He's a big name retailer. We had a big conversation. He said, "Ethan, just 8 years ago, it used to cost me $1 to stock a book, put a book on the shelf, okay, $1. It now costs me $3.50. He said, "I am losing $100,000 every 4 months. All right, just on books that I'm putting on the shelves that are not selling. Why? Probably because of the content of the books. Because people are not coming into comic book stores as much as they used to. They're just not. I mean, they'd rather stay home, point and click, and buy something other than a comic book that is filled with radical left-wing politics. That's just most people. I mean, most people are not radical left-wingers. Do the math. Most people are not, crazy. Most people are normal, and most people just want cool, fun entertainment that isn't going to be some preachy thing. Here's the thing. I mean, this is the truth. All right, comic book creators aren't very smart. They're just not. I've lived among them. I'm not saying I'm a genius. I'll let other people say that. No, I'm not. They're not very smart. Comic book creators should not be teaching or preaching anything to people. They are not the moral authority on anything. They are not the ethics police. These are some of the worst people, I think, in society making comics. So the idea that they're going to do anything that's meant to instruct, enlighten, any didactic material coming out of SJW Comic Pros belongs in the garbage. Just belongs in the garbage. Now, so here's the whole thing. We are not looking for our first class cabin tickets for the Titanic. That means no to Marvel and DC. Because of that attitude, which I think is a good attitude. I think it's the smart way of looking at things. We are also not accepting your third class cabin tickets for the Titanic. We don't want to work for you. There's not one single comic skater, NPC Comics, who wants to come work for you. Not one. Zero. That's how many comic skaters actually are looking to work for NPC Comics. Zero. And why is that? Because a rowboat in the middle of the ocean is a better bet than a first-class cabin ticket on the Titanic. Okay, we can do it ourselves. We have grabbed an oar. We are all rowing together, and we are trying to find a way to preserve what was good about comics before NPCs and SJWs came over and ruined them. So this was hilarious. I am so sorry that I made fun of this when I got it. I wouldn't have ordinarily done that because I support I support indie press. I do want these guys to do. I don't want people to hemorrhage money in comics. It's very disappointing. It's disappointing that I'm sure these guys aren't even on the top 300 of Diamond solicited comics anymore, and that's not healthy. That's not healthy for any publisher. So I feel for you. But on the other hand, if this was an attempt to virtue signal to the losers that are killing comics to let you in and give you a little air to breathe, it ain't gonna work. You're all going down together. You're all going down together. It's gonna be the Hindenburg, oh my God, the humanity. Meanwhile, watch us this summer. ComicsGate Phase 2. I want to congratulate the incredible Crystal McGee and her book, The Good Night. The Good Night came to me yesterday, $1,600. That's where it was at of its $5,000 goal. As I look at it right now, hold on a second. Here it is. As I look at it right now, look at this. 90% of goal, $4,535. I'm really bad at saying numbers, especially when it comes to money. But yeah, this is she's going to make her goal tonight. That's because of ComicsGate. That is the power of ComicsGate, and it's the power of you guys who watch our videos, who support our brand, who support our books, who feel strongly about where comic books are going to go from here, who are offended by people who have little small press companies who go out of their way on social media to exclude you from enjoying their hobby, from working with them, from being creative with them, from collaborating with them. This is the end result. We've got Crystal McGee, who, by the way, look at this. Woman of color, W-O-C, woke. You pronounce W-O-C, woke, right? Well, ComicsGate is woke. Crystal McGee is ComicsGate down to her bones. She's got her own comic book. It looks badass. She is ComicsGate. We are inclusive of everyone except for SJWs who want to destroy comics. Crystal McGee is going to have a great time because this is just the beginning. I've just discovered this campaign. I'm going to promote the hell out of it. I'll put the link in the description if you want to throw Crystal McGee a little bit of money too and support her comic book. We are winning. If that isn't apparent at this point, we are winning. And that's all because of you guys. Thank you so much. Love you. I'm getting back to Cyberfrog. I'm drawing a very sad scene right now. It is very sad. All right. Thanks, everyone. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Click that bell for notifications. Please make sure that you're still subscribed to this channel. And watch out for our live streams. We're going to have a lot of fun in 2019. Hey, I got a P.O. box. Want to send me some mail? Send it to Ethan Van Sciver, P.O. Box 607, Marlton, New Jersey, 08053. And I'll probably open it up on a live stream. Thanks very much, everyone. Hey, you want to follow me on Twitter? Are you sure? Well, if so, I'm at Ethan Van Sciver. That's at Ethan Van Sciver. See you there. Show your friends you support independent comics while showing the world who you back in the fight against the swarm with the brand new Cyberfrog t-shirt from Crypto Fashion and Comic Artist Pro Secret. Sizes come in small to 5XL, and take your choice of colors between navy blue, white, and black. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and order the Fandom Menace, Go Get Daddy's Belt, Tico, and Soilo t-shirts as well. Link is below in the description. You're going to look great. People love these shirts. They fit wonderfully. Thank you very much. If you enjoyed this video and want to become part of this community, subscribe to this channel by clicking the laughing man face logo right on your screen. Ring the bell for notifications as well. You'll never miss a live chat. And stay tuned, another video by Comic Artist Pro Secrets is coming right up.